Howdy folks, let's take a look at this custom scenario I made. It is the SV start for Ninges, and this is a similar start to the one in pre-alpha where you start with an SV, except instead of standing next to it, you start out in space, and I will show you here quickly. When you start, you are in space, and you want to turn on your jetpack and go through the door here. Now you can hear that little thing going off. You have 25 seconds before the base explodes. So you want to get in your SV, you want to fill your stuff, and you want to get going. And because this thing is gonna go. So I'm gonna stay kind of close so you can see what happens. But yeah, the station was, attacked by aliens or whatever. There it goes. There it goes. So the station was attacked by aliens and you have to get out. And even if you don't want to get out, I mean, you're in light armor, so you're not going to be living for very long in space. So you pretty much have no option but to get into the small vessel. Now the planet is below you here. You have no RCS in your ship, but you do have auto level still while you're flying. And what you can also do is you can thrust forward if you see something you want to go toward, although you can't turn toward it. And there you go. So you crash land on a planet, and wherever you land is where you're going to be starting. Once your ship stops moving, you can actually get out, and you will have 2 cargo boxes, one on each side, as you see here, and those will have some random loot in them. And you'll also have a constructor, and so instead of a survival constructor, you will have this constructor. And as you see, you also start with very basic gear, an assault rifle with 1 clip, and a drill with 3 things of biofuel. So that's all you have to start with. And like I said, this ship doesn't actually fly. You can go forward a little bit, but you're not going to be flying it around a planet or anything until you get to building an RCS. And now you can power it on, and you can sit in here to stay safe from the elements and stuff for a time, as long as you have power. But you do need to make sure you land in a place where you can actually stand the temperature. And that is the other thing about this scenario that you need to know, is that it is possible, depending on your seed, that you might land on a drone base or something. And if you do, well, just start again. Start another game, because you're only going to be a couple minutes in at the most by the time you realize that you're totally not going to be able to go anywhere. The other thing you have to watch out for on Ninges here is that the top of the mountains are way too cold. You only have light armor. You're not starting with any special heavy gear or anything like that. So you can only go down to -10. And you do not want to sit around on top of the mountains. But that's the way you start out on this scenario, and you just do the usual thing. And this is the way it used to be in pre-alpha, and a lot of people missed that one, so I thought I would reproduce it now that they have these scenarios out. So that is the scenario, and enjoy!